This man was about to climb the stairs, but to his surprise, he ended up back where he started. At first, he thought he was hallucinating, so he tried again. But once again, he found himself back at the beginning. In that moment, he realized this might be Dio's stand ability at work. Looking up at Dio, who stood high above him, Polnareff immediately felt a wave of fear. But then, a thought struck him. He remembered Abdul and Iggy, who had died for him. Determined not to let their sacrifices be in vain, he summoned Silver Chariot and charged toward Dio. Just then, the wall beside him suddenly crashed open. It was Jotaro and the others, arriving just in time. Dio, seeing them, quickly turned and fled. Jotaro, noticing this, immediately gave chase but was stopped by Polnareff. Polnareff explained what had just happened and how powerful Dio's stand was. But Jotaro, hearing this, wasn't afraid. If anything, it only made him more determined to defeat Dio. At that moment, Jotaro asked where Abdul and Iggy were. Polnareff told them the painful truth, that both of them had sacrificed their lives. Realizing the sun was setting, they knew they didn't have time to mourn. The setting sun meant their chances of defeating Dio were growing slimmer. They followed Dio's trail and arrived at a room. To their surprise, right in the center of the room, there was a coffin. Jotaro, always cautious, immediately smashed the nearby window, letting sunlight flood into the room. He then ordered the man they had captured earlier to open the coffin. Fearing for his life, the man had no choice but to obey. What happened next shocked everyone. The man, who should have been outside, was now lying inside the coffin, wounded and covered in blood. Without hesitation, they all rushed out through the window to escape. At this point, they realized how far out of their league Dio and his stand really were. They weren't sure if they could defeat him. And then, things got even worse. The sun was almost gone. Without the sun's light, Dio, being a vampire, would only grow stronger. In that moment, they remembered Abdul and Iggy's sacrifices. They all made a solemn vow they would defeat Dio, the one responsible for all their suffering. So, they began to discuss their plan to take Dio down.